Hey, good morning. Welcome to 2 a.m. with Jason. Hope you're doing well. Uh, so this morning's message, Zechariah 12 and 13 is the first oracle, and I think there's some real good truth in God's word there. If you didn't get a chance to see it, I highly recommend it. And God really provided some great worship to go along with it, and it was a great time. And if you missed it, we missed you there as well. And this next week, Nate is going to be starting Revelation. He's back, and so tune in next week to see what God brings uh, through the services and stuff. But also next Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is revival, and so it's a great chance to get connected more and be part of that. But so in the sermon, we talked about prayer, and was the third point. And I mentioned about J Hudson Taylor and how I didn't really have time to jump into some of the stories about him and the power of prayer that he had. But one of the things with that, I'm just going to talk about that real quick. Um, his parents, when he was young, prayed for him and said, "Man, we really feel that God needs to use him in China." And so they prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, and didn't tell him about it until actually he was over there in China for several years and said, "Hey, by the way, this is what we prayed for when you were young. We were praying for this," and that's not the only time that his parents were were faithful in their prayers. In fact, his mom, he was about 70 miles away. She was, and she just was really worried about her son's soul, and he was working on the docks and in a city again about 70 miles away, and um, she did not know, but he had picked up a pamphlet that was about how to become a Christian, and lo and behold, she just felt the overwhelming urge to start praying for her son. And so she locked herself in the room and said, "I am not leaving here until it is done." And she prayed and prayed and prayed for a couple hours and then got the peace and said, it's done, and started praising God. Now, again, the way that it worked was here he was, 70 miles away, had stolen away and snuck away to a different part of the dock to read the pamphlet and decided, you know what? I need this Jesus, and I need the personal relationship, and I'm not sure what all that means, but I'm gonna grab a hold of it. I'm gonna go with it. So he was rejoicing on the dock at the same time she was rejoicing in the room, the locked room, where her prayers have been answered. And that's the first thing I want to just mention is that prayer is something that we can give as a heritage, that we can be praying, and so much so that it impacts our children, and it makes them and enables them to see the power of prayer and the need for it as well. One of the other stories about him was um, when he was getting ready for the ministry. He had told one of the local pastors about what his plan was, and they said, "Yeah, God did those kind of miracles back then. You sold trust in God, but that kind of stuff doesn't happen nowadays." And he said, I'd already given God my all, and so I said, "God, you're my only hope that I have. I've already given you who I am and my future, and so I'm just gonna have to trust you." And because he trusted, he was able to go to China and be the missionary and the influence that he was. One more story that was a conviction for him. He was there and he was witnessing to a guy named Peter, and he was witnessing to him, and Peter just really didn't really want it at this point, and something happened, and he either jumped over or fell into the water, and here's uh, J. Hudson Taylor trying to convince the other people in the boat to help him, to help save this guy, and he said, I'll give you $5," and they're like, "Nah, no, we're not doing $5." He's like, "I'll give you all the money. I have $14," and they're like, "Okay, finally, we'll try." So they get over there, but it was too late, and the guy was dead. And this had a huge impact on him, and he said, "Man, I wanted to blame the other fishermen for not coming sooner." He said, and then God also convicted me and said, "Man, if what do we need to do to continue to make sure that we are preparing people to meet their maker someday?" And so that's my challenge to you as we close is the people that God brings in your path today. How can you be praying for them? How can you be willing to be the word, to be the light that God needs you to be in their life? We don't know what the next step is for them, um, but we know that God desires a relationship with them. And as I said in the sermon, you are probably the only Bible they might read, and sometimes people don't read so well. And so we need to make sure that we are shining bright and we are pointing him straight to Jesus, because that is who saves. That is what saves, and that is what we need. Let's pray. Dear God, I thank you so much for the opportunity we have, dear Lord, to be yours, to be used by you. We don't deserve it, God, and I just thank you for praying parents that J Hudson Taylor had, and that I had, dear Lord, as well. And I ask you to help us, dear Lord, all to be praying for those that are the people that we care about, and the people that we're in charge of, and the people, dear Lord, that need your help. Help us also, dear Lord, to take seriously the charge that you have for us to go into all the world and make disciples. And I ask, God, that you'd help us to start with the people that we're around right now. Thank you for who you are and the plans you have. In your name we pray, amen. Till next time, folks.